This is the toolkit that I carry on the bike when I go off-road. It's either in the 25-liter bag if I'm doing a multi-day ride, or if I'm just doing a day ride, I have it in the Nelson Rig tail bag that I put on whichever bike I'm riding. And mostly, as you can see, this is to deal with if you have a flat. It's everybody's greatest fear. And then I have some chain maintenance stuff, just a general set of tools to tighten things down when they come loose, or fix something if it breaks if I can, and then spare fuel. So I'll just walk through these. Tire stuff is, the bulk of it. I carry a spare tube for both the back and the front. I have a 3-inch on the back and a 2.5-inch on the front, so I carry 2 different size tubes. I don't really know if that's necessary or not, but I do it anyway. As far as tire spoons, these are premium. These are nice. They feel good even when you use them. These are the Bead Pro, they're from Motion Pro. Yeah, this is the Bead Pro set, and they make changing a tire, well, it's never easy, but it's relatively painless to do this, or changing a tube rather. Make sure I have soapy water to make getting the tire off a lot easier. Make sure I have baby powder to make getting the tube in way easier than it would otherwise be. As far as the tools go, 10 millimeter, 12 millimeter, 14 millimeter. I bought a specific 19 millimeter ratchet wrench to deal with the back axle. And the screwdriver that comes with the bike. I found that having a little pair of small vice grips is really useful. I've had to use this, 3 or 4 times to grab different things that for some reason I didn't have a wrench for. So I keep a pair of mini vice grips in there. Spark plug wrench. Also, and this is kind of an extravagance because it's big and heavy, but I love to have a pair of channel locks to be able to grab something with if necessary. Also, as you can see here, maybe you can't, I have an old hammer. I have a soft end and a hard end on it, and just to be able to bang stuff around if you need to, bend things, beat things back into place or whatever, you can do that with that hammer. Valve stem puller. If you've ever replaced a tube, you'll know what a joy it is to have one of these. Or if you try to replace a tube without one, you'll know what a joy it is to have one of these. It can be a real frustration. I do carry I bought a slime patch kit. If I get a flat, I can decide, do I just want to patch it or do I want to swap in the new tube? I carry a little mini thing of WD-40 just because. Chain lube. If you have to do any kind of repairs, especially if you're dealing with the chain or any other dirty part of the bike, it's nice to have some gloves, so I have 2 sets of those. Carry a shop rag with me. Of course, a pump. I'm trying to think of the name of this pump off the top of my head. I can't. But anyway, it works really well. I always make sure it has a full charge before I take off on any trip. Something that I think gets overlooked in some people's kits is if you have to do a trailside repair, where are you going to lay all your stuff out at? You don't really want to lay it in the dirt or the gravel or the weeds or the grass or anything else that is likely to be along the side of the trail where you have to do the repair. So I have this, it's a Matador blanket I bought. I think this is the large size, and you can lay that out and then lay all your tools and spares and stuff on it, and you won't lose it in the grass, the gravel, the weeds, etc. So this is a valuable piece of kit, I think. For some reason, I'm concerned that I'm going to break a master link or something. That used to happen when I was a kid back in the early 70s. And so I carried 2 spare master links in here, and then I have a chain brake and installation toolkit that I bring along with me. I've not had to use it on the trail, but I feel better that it's in the bag nonetheless. Okay, let's talk spare fuel. I've driven thousands of miles or ridden thousands of miles, and I've only actually had to put in spare fuel. Well, I've put it in twice. I probably only really needed to do it once. These are just standard 30-ounce MSR bottles, and they'll extend the range of a CT125, maybe 20 to 30 miles, depending on terrain and how much weight is on the bike at the time. And I put one in one time, definitely needed it. Put two in another time. I don't think I needed to put two in. But this gives me peace of mind. I look at the trail, I look at the route in advance. I know where my fuel stops are, but what if you get somewhere and the gas station is closed, which I've had happen several times? Or, of course, the big worry is, what if you have an unexpected detour? A tree is blocking the trail and you can't get around it, and suddenly you're faced with a 10, 20, 30 mile detour. That's where the real danger is, that you might run out of gas. So I feel a lot better having these. I mean, this gives me an extra 40 or 50 miles worth of range, and something would have to be really catastrophic for me to need more than that. But this is all the tools and the spares that I have. Maybe I'm forgetting something, but this is what I take with me when I go off-road, and so far so good. I've never found myself needing anything else.